in its entirety. I haven't seen even once any direct proof of Russian interference in the presidential election in the United States.
Vladimir Putin is Russia's current president. He's now serving his fourth term as president. He was born into a middle-class household and had aspired to be an intelligence officer since he was a youngster. His skillful management led to his re-election to the post of president of Russia for a second term. When Medvedev's tenure expired in 2012, Putin became president for the third time. He was re-elected president for the fourth time in 2018.
Other than Russia.
Какие отпечатки пальцев?
What fingerprints, or hoof prints, or horn prints? What are you talking about?
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Vladimir Putin, but he's also known as President Putin. He was born October 7, 1952 in St. Petersburg, Russia, making him 68 at the time of this production. He stands at 168 centimeters or 5 feet 8 inches tall. During Putin's terms, he's been under several scandals. Putin was a deputy mayor and the chairman of the city's Foreign Economic Relations Committee in the early 1990s when St. Petersburg was facing food shortages. Marina Salye, a St. Petersburg legislator, led a panel in 1993 that investigated an alleged kickback system in which millions of dollars in raw materials were sent overseas in return for food supplies that never arrived. The Salye report, which has since been removed from official websites, advocated for the dismissal of Putin and his deputy, Alexander Anikin. Unlike his subsequent landslide triumphs, Putin's first election victory was a squeaker. According to the official results, he received 53% of the vote in the March 2000 election, enough to escape a potentially deadly runoff against Communist Party leader Gennady Zyuganov, who received 29.5%. The Moscow Times, on the other hand, stated that vote tallies had been altered and voter registrations had been manipulated in more than a half a dozen regions. Alexander Veshnikov, chairman of the Central Election Commission, denied that any of the results were tampered with. He said there isn't a single substantial document that calls the conclusion into question. The Brookings Institute, headquartered in the United States, published a study in 2006 suggesting that Putin plagiarized sections of his 1997 dissertation, Mineral and Raw Materials Resources and the Development Strategy for the Russian Economy. It said that he plagiarized around 16 pages of the 200-page book from other sources. In 2018, former Russian legislator Olga Litvinenko claimed that her father, Vladimir Litvinenko, Putin's academic advisor and rector of the St. Petersburg Mining University, wrote the dissertation. Putin has never responded to the allegations. Putin, who was not previously known to be musically inclined, sang a beautiful rendition of Blueberry Hill in English, supported by a real jazz band. He could also play the grand piano. The event was promoted as a benefit for hospitals that treat children with cancer. However, 3 months later, the mother of a 13-year-old girl with cancer who thought her daughter would profit from the event claims that no money was ever distributed to hospitals. Putin is a devout Orthodox Catholic who married Ludmila in 1983. Maria was born in 1985 and Yekaterina born in 1986. After nearly 3 decades together, the pair divorced in 2013. They appear to have reached an amiable divorce agreement. He's been believed to be dating Russian gymnast Alina Kabayeva since 2014, although there's been no official confirmation.
IP addresses. They can be invented, you know. There are a lot of specialists who can even make it so it comes from your home IP address, as if your 3-year-old daughter carried out the attack.
Vladimir Putin was born in St. Petersburg on October 7, 1952, to Maria Ivanova and Vladimir Putin. He attended elementary school number 193 on Baskov Lane for his primary education. His secondary education was received at high school number 281. He developed an interest in martial arts, namely a variation known as Sambo. He also made time for judo. By 1970, he was enrolled at Leningrad State University, where he studied law and joined the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. His graduation thesis was titled "The Most Favored Nation Trending in International Law." In 1975, he graduated from university Later on, he followed his goal and joined the Russian spy service, the KGB. As an undercover spy, he was stationed in numerous locations before taking part in politics. Boris Yeltsin resigned as Russia's president in December 1999, and Putin was designated interim president until official elections could be held. In March 2000, Putin was elected to his first term with 53% of the vote. Putin began reforming the government and started criminal investigations into the commercial practices of high-profile Russian people after promising both political and economic reforms. He also kept Russia's military intervention in Chechnya going. In reaction to the terrorist attacks on the United States in September 2001, Putin declared Russia's support for the United States' anti-terror fight. When the United States war on terror moved to overthrow the Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein, Putin joined German Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder and French President Jacques Chirac in opposing the proposal. Putin was re-elected president in 2004, and in April of the following year, he paid a historic visit to Israel for discussions with Prime Minister Ariel Sharon, marking the first visit to Israel by any Kremlin leader. Putin was banned from standing for president in 2008 due to constitutional term limitations. However, when his protege, Dmitry Medvedev, succeeded him as president in March 2008, he promptly chose Putin as Russia's prime minister. Vladimir Putin was re-elected president for a third term on March 4, 2012. He was inaugurated on May 7, 2012, despite significant protests and claims of vote fraud, and shortly thereafter nominated Medvedev as prime minister. Putin, now that he's back in charge, has continued to make contentious changes to Russia's domestic and international policies. Tensions escalated between the United States and Syria in September 2013 over Syria's holding of chemical weapons, with the U.S. threatening military action if the weapons were not handed up. The immediate danger was avoided, however, when the Russian and U.S. administrations reached an agreement to destroy those weapons. In December 2017, Putin stated that Russian soldiers will begin withdrawing from Syria, declaring that the country's 2-year effort to eliminate ISIS was accomplished. While he left the door open to returning if terrorist bloodshed in the region resurfaced, on March 18, 2018, the 4th anniversary of Russia's takeover of Crimea, Russian voters decisively elected Putin to a 4th presidential term, with 67% of the electorate voting in favor of him, giving him more than 76% of the vote. The fragmented opposition had little chance against the popular leader, with his closest rival receiving approximately 13% of the vote. Little was expected to change in Putin's ambitions for rebuilding the country as a global force. However, the start of his final term raised doubt about his successor and if he would seek constitutional reform in order to stay in power indefinitely.
You know, I saw what was happening. To be honest, it was a big surprise for me too. What they're saying is just nuts.
Putin's annual income is approximately $135,000. Putin's net worth is $170 billion. The residence at Cape Itokopis, popularly known as Putin's Palace, is an Italianate palace complex on the Black Sea coast in Krasnodar Krai, Russia. Its cost is more than $1.35 billion. Vladimir Putin owns several cars, an RS Senate, a Mercedes G-Class, a Mercedes S-Class, and a BMW 5 Series. 4 yachts, and 2 helicopters.